Good morning, everybody. This is Becky at Beck's Creations. That's right, it's just Beck's Creations now. I dropped the Aunt part of it. So if you're looking for me as Aunt Beck's Creations, that's not my channel anymore. It's just Beck's Creations. So I did this little owl yesterday. As you can see, I've added the doodles, and I tried to do a camera capture with my laptop camera, my Logitech, but I lost it. So I don't have it anymore. But in the comments of that video, Kathy D said she saw a donkey. Do you see the donkey? So I told her, I said, okay, so let's do a donkey. Good morning, Mina. And I have some time to kill before my sister gets here. She's coming over at about 9 o'clock so I can take her measurements to make her a custom fit wrap dress. Hope it works out. We'll see. So let's do a donkey. I'm going to turn the page. I'm not worried about where the color bled through. It'll just add character. Good morning, Anne. So she said she saw a donkey, so I figured I would just do a donkey. And to me, a donkey is kind of shaped like a peanut. Like that, and then he has great big ears. Maybe bring this up like this. All right. And their eyes are off to the side a little bit. Oh, he looks angry. He looks too angry. I have cat fights going on outside. It's great. And remember, he doesn't have to be perfect. Hi, Beth. I'm just doing a quick sketchy sketch with pencil. He still looks ticked off. He's having a bad Monday. Maybe that's what we'll call this a bad Monday donkey. And then they have those funny nostrils, just like a horse. Something like that. Maybe we'll give him a lower lip right here. Make it look like he's chewing on some straw, maybe. Or hay. They don't eat straw. They eat hay. And then maybe put his neck over here. And somewhere about here, come down. And they have that funny little do like that. So that's just a rough pencil. And then I'm just going to color him and then we'll doodle him. Give him a grin. He might cheer up. I might have to go outside and break up another cat fight. All right, I'm using these Vicky Boutin art crayons. I got these at Tuesday morning for $5, and they were normally $15, it says. But these are all kind of in reds and yellow hues, and I like how it does because it pops so you can lay them flat like that. And I've got my water brush. Hi, Janet. I'm not staying on a real long time. My sister's coming to have me take her measurements at 9 o'clock. So I'm just going to grab some tissues so I have something to clean my brush off on. But I thought I could come on and do a kind of a goofy looking donkey. So let's get some water in the brush. So how is everybody? The family night dinner was awesome. We had a good time together. I took some of the leftover soup over to Scott's mom's. And she said, oh, that'll be good. That'll be good. Of course, a few minutes later, she couldn't remember what I'd brought her, but that's the nature of the beast. But she said she'd look forward to it today. And my sisters and niece and her partner, they all seemed to enjoy the food too, and it was good company. These work a little bit different than the ones I used on the owl. He's going to be a kind of a red donkey. This doesn't release as much color as the other crayons do when I do this. Yep, these are Vicky Bouton crayons. I got them at Tuesday morning up when I was in the upstate. I found we do have a Tuesday morning here, but it's a long ways from the house, so I probably won't be going. Plus, I was just thinking I need to not spend any more money for a while, especially with Scott's hours being cut like they are. And Greg's hours are being cut. The freight is just not moving very well. So, I mean, if there's nothing coming in, there's nothing for them to work on. Because Scott repairs electronic boards for trains, and Greg actually just moves pet foods around from one dock to another all night. And they just haven't been getting it. That's why you don't have, sometimes your pet food will be out. I really like those other crayons better. The scribble sticks. This one is being hard. And you can see where I flicked some dots of color. I'm just going to leave that because I think it adds to the picture. So I don't know if anybody else has seen their hours being cut or what, but it's kind of a rough time right now for us. But we'll make it. I told Scott, as long as we're together, we'll be fine. Something will come up. Try not to worry about it. But he does, and then I feel his worry, which is hard not to. All right, I'm going to set that one back in here to dry a little bit. Let's see. Let's make him a real funky donkey, and I wonder how this will move if I wet the paper. See, I don't like how it looks when you put the crayon on the paper and then move it. I like it when you wet the crayon and then put the color down. I might get my other crayons out. The color just works so much better coming off from them. And Dee was on, Betsy Doodle was on this morning doing more flips in her friendship journals. If you don't watch Dee, you should check her out. I love her channel. And I love when she's showing her fairy lights and her cups hanging from the ceiling. It's really, she's got all of these cups just hanging from her ceiling. It looks so cool. I could never do that because Scott wouldn't put up with it, but it looks cool at Dee's house. Oh gosh, cats, please quit fighting. They're not even my cats. I just get tired of hearing them fight out there. All right, I'm going to grab a piece of wax paper because I want to try something else with these crayons because this is just taking too long. Those other crayons work better. Let's grab a piece of wax paper and see if we can lay some of this color down on the wax paper and then wet it and paint with it. Let's see. There goes the school bus. So I'm just going to take this and color on here. And then let's see if we can put some water to it. Maybe this will go better. Ew, that's weird. This is going to be one quirky donkey because I'm using a product I haven't used in a while. And I think I see why I haven't. Those other crayons just work so much better. And Janet's asking Beth if she had fun streaming last night. Beth's not usually up this early. Of course, maybe she hasn't been to bed yet. I watched a mini series on this website called BYU TV, and it was a production put out by the BBC, and it was all about, it was kind of really, I think, more aimed for kids, but I enjoyed it. It was all about this family returning to basically their home castle in England. It was a very interesting little story. Something about the Canterbury's Tales or Canterbury Castle or something like that. Or the Curse of the Canterburys. I can't remember the title. I don't even know how I found it. Beth is ready to go sleepy. Okay, Beth. That's what I kind of figured, that you hadn't been to bed yet. This is some weird stuff. Yep. Well, I'm trying to do a donkey. I don't know if it still looks like a donkey or not. And it's still raining here. I think it's supposed to rain all day. So I'll have to use my happy light. Ray, you got to drop the Aunt. I'm not Aunt Beck anymore. Just saying. I made a name change. And Betsy Doodle, told me, no, you'll always be our Aunt Beck. But had a life kind of changing event that makes me not want that to be part of my channel anymore. All right, I think I've made enough of a mess. Ooh, I worked a hole in the paper. That's some cheap wax paper that you can work a hole in. I got this at Dollar Tree. Worth every penny of that $1.25 or dollar whenever I got it. Put it that way. So, what color for inside his ears? There's a yellow, orange, red, more of that kind of purpley color, fuchsia, kind of a peach, more orange or yellow. We got to do his eyes too and nostrils. So maybe we'll do pink for his nostrils. Uh-oh. I guess I should go to this lady's channel and learn how to use her crayons. Because right now, I'm struggling. Yeah, I know. I don't know. So I can change it back within the next 14 days if I change my mind. But right now, I'm pretty much set on it. It just doesn't give me the same warm fuzzies it used to, the name. I had even thought about just going with my name like Ann and a lot of other people do and be done with a channel name. Oh, I kind of like how that looks when you wiggle it. Whoops. It's going to have a big old blob. Oh, his hay needs some color on it. It really is the doodling that makes these critters come to life. I guess I just need to squeeze more water down into my bristles. That seems to work a little better. I'm going to stop and read chat, and we'll let this dry a little bit, and then we'll do some doodling. So I think we've about got him as good as he's going to get. Kind of like some of this yellow here and there. Again, I'll leave these open to dry. Maybe just for some fun, we'll put this other orange in here. He's just a quirky little donkey. And it's all Kathy D's fault because she's the one that saw the donkey in my owl. Just give him some little. You know, they got all those hairs in their ears that come in from the edges. So I'm just trying to represent that. All right, so there's the little donkey. I'll turn him so you guys can see him. And then we'll add some doodles and see if we can't make him look a little less scary and a little more quirky. Because right now he's looking like, you know, sketch please. Janet, you need to start watching Betsy Doodle. I told her you'd be on at 9, and Dee said she would try to be there. So she might show up in your chat today. And she's over there in UK. She's a delightful person, and she makes the quirky little projects that would be right up your alley. I'm telling you, you will love Dee. She's awesome. She makes these beautiful flowers, and then she'll, like, when she gets on a roll of making something, Dee will make like hundreds of something, and then she sends them out in Happy Mail. She made a whole bunch of those, the folded paper. The word has escaped me. She made the little dresses like Janet Baum did. Yes, she was looking for Trudy this morning because Trudy had said, well, it wasn't morning. It was just a little while ago. It was morning for me. And she said, ooh, it was 11 by her when she was on. And she said, you're up early. And I was like, well, Scott leaves for work. But she was looking for origami. That's it. Origami dresses. She made a whole bunch of those. She said she kept one to remember it by. But she was joking about she was going to have to get on Trudy about being a late, you know, lazy bones sleeping in. I'm going to dry this a little bit so heat gun alert. Ooh, it's really wet. I think this crayon has a little bit more wax in it than those other ones. Because this looks waxy. So I don't know how my pen's going to do on it, but we'll see. Ooh, it's curling like anything. Look at it. I don't know if you guys can see how bad it's curling. That's all right. That's texture, right? And I'll scan him and maybe turn him into some stickers. He might be this size, but when I turn him into stickers, I shrink it down. I think we could probably go with that. And I need a piece of paper to clean my pen off because it gets a booger on the end of it. Hang on just a second. I sat with my leg underneath me and now it doesn't want to work. All right, so here's this. And the doodling doesn't take me as long as I thought it would. Her channel is Betsy Doodles. Betsy Doodles is her channel. D is her name. But her channel is Betsy Doodles. Oh, there you go. Now we're getting a donkey added to the prompts. Now, when I outline his head and ears, I could try to remember to make broken lines. So I might just follow the pencil line and then lift my pen a little bit. So it's not a solid line. It's a little like more of a sketchy line. And you can go in and you can erase all the pencil if you want to. Sometimes you can get it lifted and other times you can't. So I'm just kind of doing a little sketchy bit just to denote the lines. Oh, he's developed a wrinkly nose here. We'll straighten that up a little bit. Make sure you give him some curly hairs too. Some maybe go down like this. And then every once in a while, I'll do a little squiggle line like that. Maybe put a squiggly line there. Then we got to do his hairs here. Maybe put some circles in, little dots, just for something cute to look at. Do his nostrils. Don't worry about going over your pencil lines exactly. It doesn't matter. This is just for fun. What else do we want? Oh, he needs his hairs in his ears. So you can see when you start adding all of the little doodles, that's when he starts really getting some personality. There's no definite right or wrong way to do it. You can give him some curly hairs, short hairs, just wiggles. Maybe give him some more circly things here. Maybe some of these little dots here by his eyeballs. All right. So that's what I would do with the big pen, like that. Then you grab your white gel pen. And remember, when you're using a gel pen, you don't want to press down hard on it. You want to release it and let the ink flow out the bottom. When you start pushing harder and harder on a gel pen, it just makes it stop working. So I'm going to get it going over here. Sometimes I put it on my hand, make sure. This one might be about empty. I have a bunch of these white pens that I need to just go through. That one looks like it's full. Oh yeah, this one will work good. So I'm going to put a few little white places up here. Just little marks. They don't even have to show a lot. Every once in a while, take the time to clean the tip of your pen off. And then you can fill in some of your little dots with some white. Like that. And then maybe add a bunch more little white dots. Just for quirkiness. And again, go back and add some. And I always forget you got to move a lot slower with a gel pen too. Because you're letting the ink flow out. You're not pressing the ink out. You're letting it flow. Fill that in. So this donkey is in honor of Kathy D's comment that she left. Because she said, LOL, I see a donkey. So now I'm making her really see a donkey. And then we'll give him some little white hairs in his mane. Okay, and we can add, oh, you know what we need to do? Let me get the big pen. We need to give him the center of his pupil. So darken the center of your swirly gig here. Get him to lighten up a little bit. He looks really ticked off. I'm going to put little marks in his nose here. So it makes it look like he's chewing. All right. So now what you can do is you can add whatever doodles you want. You don't have to make it look like the actual animal. You can go in and give him swirlies. If I can get my pen to work on here. So whatever doodles you want to do. And I think you did something similar with the doodles on that bird in that project you did with Carol. And then put a few dots in. And again, the gel pen, light touch, move a lot slower. I like to put groups of 3 dots together. Maybe let's make it look like it's a tattoo that runs around his face here, down his face. So I will join in today, Janet, if I can. If I'm not still visiting with my sister getting her measurements, we'll see if we finish up before you sign off. Make your little swirls in different sizes. I could have made this look like his blaze and put a blaze down his face with these. That could have been funny, but that's okay. This is like putting frosting on the donkey like I do my mandalas with Barb Owen. These could be frosting on your donkey. But see, you can do any critter you want to. I mean, you could do a hedgehog and do this. How fun would that be to have all different color spikes coming out your hedgehog? This is very elementary. Just playing and playing and playing. Good morning, Mary. I didn't see you come in. And thanks for putting the link in, Anne, to Dee's channel. She's been doing flips through Happy Mail type journals, and Dee's take on things is very fun too. So please do check Dee out. She's awesome. Dee and I have been watching each other for a very long time. I sent Mr. Doodle a card one year. That's what she calls her husband, Mr. Doodle, because she's Betsy Doodle. Here we go. You could do some other doodles on him if you wanted to. I just like swirls. You could put some swirls on him. And because you got different values of paint in the background, your swirls look different too, depending on what they're over top. We'll put a little bit of white in his nostril. Let's put a little white on the straw too. I almost feel like he needs a little dot on his black spots in his eye. Maybe put a little white in these here. We do a big swirl in his eye. Give him a second swirl in his eye, just for design. Maybe put some up here. You can doodle as much or as little as you want. And this is all inspired by something I saw on Pinterest. Is the owl. So there you go. There's my quirky donkey for Kathy B. So it's the doodles that make them, not the drawing, not the coloring, but the doodles. It's what you add afterwards. I mean, you could add whiskers on his chin with the pen, because they do have whiskers on their chin. Give him some little dots on his chin. In any place you feel like you've messed up your line, just add a squiggle and it changes it. So there's the donkey, and I guess I should sign it. And today is 1/30/23. So ta-da! There's the donkey. So I hope you guys enjoyed that very short little thing I did with just a quick doodle, and then pull out your watercolor mediums. You know, I used these crayons on the donkey, and the owls. I used my scribble sticks, which are these. You could use your regular watercolors. Anything to put color down quickly will work. These are the Dina Wakley Media scribble sticks, and these are Vicky Bouton crayons. So those are just some options, and regular watercolors would work. Anything to put color down quick. Oh, so excuse me. Anne has put an updated link to Betsy Doodle. All right, guys. I will see if I see some of you at 9 o'clock at Janet Nash's. Thanks for watching, and I am going to try to do more of these short, less than an hour videos. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.